We back and we back. Zeus P, Tank Juice. Let the light in, man. It's the 2-hour lunch break, dog. I'm locked in. So turn your speakers up a notch and grab the white gin. And when I'm on the road to the office or the crib, it's Big Zeus, St. Jude, the ones I wanna hear. This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J Lake. Coming to you live, putting on for the This is that 2-hour lunch break live from Lady Bird J Lake.
And it's coming home to Texas. It's coming home all the way to Austin, Texas, baby.
Man, and welcome back to the 2-Hour Lunch Break Podcast, a podcast for Austin, from Austin. I'm your host, Chalie Zeus, and today we got a very special guest joining us. She's an R&B powerhouse with roots in Killeen, Texas, but now making waves here in Austin. Known for blending 90s R&B with raw Texas rap, her sound is both timeless and fresh. She's worked with artists like Eddie Rowan and Grammy Award winner Chalie Boy. She signed to woman-led SuperWoman Records, and she just released her latest project, Remedy, a body of work that proves music can truly be medicine. Beyond the music, she's also a mother, and while continuing to rise as one of the most authentic voices in today's R&B. We're excited to sit down with the Songbird of Long Branch herself, Geo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I know we were talking off air. We actually connected with you through Kat. So shout out to Kat. And once we, interviewed her, reached back out to her, and she had you at the top of the list. Like, y'all gotta have Geo on. So we reached out, locked it in. So we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come, come and lock in with us.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate the call.
Oh yeah, for sure. So now that we're here, man, let's go ahead and dig into your background, right? Okay. So Killeen, Texas, right? So let's talk about your beginnings. What was growing up in Killeen like, and how did the city shape your love for music?
Growing up in Killeen, it's I would say it's just Killeen is a melting pot.
Right.
It's a little bit of everybody there because it's connected to the military base Fort Hood, and so I would say Killeen is just like growing up in any other small city. It wasn't a lot to do. You know what I mean? It's just like anybody else growing up. You go to school, you play outside. You know what I mean? This was a time before social media, so we was outside for real. You know what I mean? And then like once you hit adulthood, we going to the 1 or 2 clubs we got. You know what I mean? We going to Junction 45 and Azabachi and Taboo and City Lights and things of that nature. So, I just grew up around music, being in Killeen.
Right. Gotcha. So I know, kind of doing some research into you. I know you actually didn't really come from like a musical family, right? So but you started singing at 12.
Yeah.
What kind of gave you, that push to like really, get into performing music?
So, it started when I was 12, like you said. I was at home, and at the time, like there was a song, RMDY, that I just it was a song by RMDY, Ready for Love, that I just really, really liked. And so my mom had the old school computer with the back on it, had the little Logitech mic,
right,
and
big back computer.
Okay. And I just pulled up a recording app and recorded myself singing Ready for Love.
Okay.
And I listened back to it, and I was like, this is trash.
Okay.
I'm deleting it. It sucks. So I deleted it, and then I'm not sure of the timeline, but it was, I don't know if it was the same day or the next day or what, but my mom was like, is that you singing on the computer? And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know if I was in trouble.
Like you done got caught up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I thought I deleted that. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, you sound really good.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was like, okay, I might be on to something.
Yeah.
And then so from there, when I got to middle school, I was in 6th grade and chose choir as an elective.
Okay.
And from there, I knew that a group wasn't going to be for me. It wasn't going to be for me. And so, I did choir for that year and nothing else after that. And then when I got to high school, I was singing in the hallway, and there was a guy by the name of Big Steve,
okay,
who was like, yo, like, let's get in the studio, you know? And so pulled up at the studio and laid this track down. And he wasn't the only, it wasn't just me and Big Steve on it. It was me, Big Steve, June, Droopy, and it was a song called Gangsta Boo.
Okay.
And
Is that available on streaming? Can you stream that?
No, you can't. You can't. We should
okay.
put this out though. But it was one of them songs that like people knew.
Yeah.
That's how people knew me.
Okay.
Like they'll come up to me and start singing the song. You know what I mean? Along with other staple songs that I recorded.
Yeah.
And so from there, like I just, you know, kind of just been going, and that's how I got my start.
Okay. I'll say you almost like kind of went viral before it was viral.
Right.
You know?
For
So,
real.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So I know also it's my understanding that you're also known as like the Songbird of Long Branch, right?
Yeah.
So how did that nickname come about, and like what does that mean to you?
So my homegirl actually, shout out to Piggy. She gave me that nickname. And so it really came from me whistling. So
Okay.
that's how I got the Songbird
Yeah.
nickname. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
I'm saying is Long Branch, that's an area in Killeen, right?
Long Branch is like one of the hoods. Like we didn't have we wasn't like Crips and Bloods. We didn't have gangs, but we had hoods. Like Long Branch, you got Willow Springs, 4-1, Marlboro.
So, okay, and it's kind of me going off topic a little bit. So
Okay.
it's my understanding, right, that Killeen also, they go by like zip codes too.
Right. Like
Right.
Long Branch 4-3.
Yeah.
Willow
yeah.
4-9,
Okay.
like 4-1.
Gotcha.
Either evil side, like yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your transition from Killeen to Austin, right? So
Okay.
I know you say you've been here like 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
At what point did you feel like it was time to like kind of branch out from Killeen and, you know, plant some roots in Austin?
So I didn't move to Austin for music.
Okay.
I moved to Austin to create a better life for my daughter. And then from there, you know, I branched out, you know, and I was able to, you know, plant those seeds here in Austin as far as music goes. So I benefited from, you know, trying to give her a good life as well. And so.
Okay. So like what were some of like the big challenges just transitioning both musically and personally, you know, to Austin?
Personally would just be starting fresh and not knowing anybody in the city. And then musically, I would say just knowing where to go and where you gonna fit in at, and you know, realizing that there is not an R&B scene out here like that. You know what I mean? So you're having to, you know, take gigs that are not necessarily like what you want to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's like been the hardest like thing transitioning out from Killeen to Austin.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I'm sure it probably had to be a culture shock because, you know, anybody that's familiar with Killeen's super diverse.
Yeah.
A little bit of everybody, right? But, you know, coming from Killeen to Austin, it's not the same. I mean, don't get me
Right.
wrong, Austin historically had like a black population, but,
Right.
you know, they've been pushed out, gentrification,
Exactly.
black and brown people both.
Yeah.
And so like you were saying, Austin didn't really have like a locked in R&B scene
Yeah.
like that you could just walk into and make something shake.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you definitely got a point on that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say though, you know, now that you're here, how do you balance, you know, kind of staying true to Killeen, like to your Killeen roots, while also, you know, building in like a bigger market in Austin?
I mean, Killeen is just gonna be in me always. You know what I mean? I'm gonna always be true to myself and be authentic to myself wherever I go. It don't matter what city I'm in. I'm gonna always be Killeen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So let's talk SuperWoman Records, right?
Okay.
So I know you signed to SuperWoman Records, led by Kat. She's like we were saying before, she's a past guest on the show. How did that partnership come together? Like, how did you meet Kat, and how did you get linked up with SuperWoman Records?
Yeah. So I met Kat in 2019. Like.
Okay.
Or it might have been 20. It was like right when COVID was about to hit, and so I met her, and then like I knew of her. Like we were following each other on social media.
Yeah.
We weren't, you know, that was pretty much it as far as our relationship goes. But she was throwing these shows called The Layer of Inhibitions, and she booked me to perform at one, and she was like, she was telling me about something that she wanted to do. She was like, I'm getting these grants, like I'm gonna do this and do all of these things. And at the time, I didn't really understand what she was trying to do, but I was like, I'm here for you, like whatever, whatever it is, I'm gonna support you, do whatever you do. And so when it came time, like when it came out, I was like, oh, so this is what you're, what you're doing. And so, so to be on SuperWoman Records, you have to be nominated and voted for.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
everybody that's on SuperWoman Records have been nominated and voted for. So I had my people nominate me once I saw it come out, and then I was voted for.
Right.
And so that's how that partnership with Cat and SuperWoman Records came about. It wasn't like, I don't know, there may be some misconceptions that, I'm on the label because we're cool. It's like we knew each other, but we didn't know each other. But I put in the work to, be on the label.
Yeah. Got you. So a woman-led label, that's really rare in this day and age. You don't really see that a lot, right? Mm-mm. So as from your perspective as a woman creative, right? What does that type of label mean to you is in being able to have something like that in the music industry? Because you don't see really that at all, to be honest.
Yeah. For me, it means being understood, and my wants and my needs and my requests are not falling upon deaf ears. Right. You know what I mean? And like, it's not only Black woman led, but everybody who has anything to do with SuperWoman Records is Black or a woman of color. And it's all women. And whether it's the artist, like, or hairstylist, photographer, videographer, makeup artist, like every woman is Black.
Gotcha. Oh, wow.
And so I think that's huge. And so it just kind of makes it easy because it's like, we know what we go through. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. We know what challenges we face. And so it's just easy to be a part of something like that because Kat is just always uplifting women.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So your latest single, 35, right? It just dropped over the summer, one of the summer hits in the city. You also had the remix with Chalie Boy drop, a little bit after that.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience, collaborating with Chalie Boy, because Chalie Boy is a legend
in
Texas. And, and you don't really see him as often as you used to. So talk about that experience a little bit.
Yeah, Chalie Boy is somebody that I grew up listening to. So I still can't even believe that he's on my song. So it's dope. Like, Kat was the one to set that up. If y'all don't know, I always say this, like, Kat is the plug, okay? Kat is the plug. So she styled the girls in the I Look Fly video some years ago.
Right, yeah. Okay, I remember that.
And so she had that connect with Chalie Boy's manager, Brian.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna name no names, but somebody, a different artist, a Texas artist, was supposed to be on the remix.
Okay.
But Kat came to me and was like, "What you think about Chalie Boy?" And I was like, "Absolutely, like no questions asked." Like, that's how ultimately we, got Chalie on the record. We shot a video as well. Super, super dope. Super like humble. He was like giving his input about what he thinks we should do here and there. So that was dope. And then I got the opportunity to perform with him at the Stay Black and Live Juneteenth Festival at the Carver Museum, and we got to perform 35 together.
There we go. That's live.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I know, let's talk about, your latest overall project, RMDY.
Yeah.
Just dropped, a little bit ago. The name itself feels intentional, right?
Yeah.
I know we were talking about the concept as far as, music is medicine.
Yeah.
What was the vision behind it?
So, I knew I wanted to put out a project, and I had all these songs ready to go, and I didn't know what I was gonna name it. And I'd be in my head a lot. I'm like, that's not gonna work. Like, it'll take me a while it took me a while to come up with the name, but I was in a group chat with my homegirls, and they were like, well, this is like, I'm sick, this is what's wrong with me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, take this and that. Like, I'm very like holistic, like do everything natural. I'm like, take this, take that, you'll be good. And they was like, gee, you got the remedy for everything.
Right.
And I was like,
that's it.
Perfect.
Light bulb went off.
That's perfect, because the the songs that I was gonna put on there, like they were all like different. There was no like theme.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's just perfect. And then, yeah, I got with my producer, Eron. Shout out to Eron. And he was like, yeah, I think we should start from scratch. I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Wait, what you talking about?
Right,
and,
right.
And there was not like we didn't have a lot of time to do this. We recorded Remedy in 3 months.
Okay.
So yeah, basically just having a song for each mood. It and Remedy was birth.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I know you were saying like kind of having a different song for each mood.
Yeah.
Right? So what out of the whole EP, the whole album, which one feels like the most personal, personal to you?
Free Game.
Okay.
Free
Okay.
Game.
And why is that?
It was something that I had just recently experienced.
Okay.
And it was the easiest song for me to write. It didn't take me but like 30 minutes to write.
Right.
And it normally takes me a good minute to write something.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's the one that I can like really, really relate to.
Okay.
The most.
That's almost like your real life experiences coming out.
It is. It
So,
is.
Okay. Gotcha. I know we had talked about earlier during the intro, your style, it blends 90s R&B, kind of like the Texas rap vibes.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of gives your music kind of like a timeless but still fresh feel.
Yeah.
Right. How do you craft that balance in the studio?
I don't know. It's just I guess I just blend the two,
Yeah. Is it like organic? Like it just happens that way? Like that's how it turns out?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
it's I feel like it took a while for me to figure out what my singing style was.
Right.
And so like it's just like after a while like of overthinking like I be doing. I was just like it's a no-brainer that I'm mixing what I was influenced by growing up.
Right.
That 90s sound, that heavy, 90s sound, and that Texas rap. And if you know Texas rap, a lot of the rappers were singing on the hooks.
Yeah.
They were singing on their own hooks.
Yeah.
And so it's just, like I said, it was a no-brainer to blend those two sounds, beat-wise, like the way I'm flowing on the beat, so.
Gotcha. I know for me personally, it feels like almost like a new age interpretation of like 90s Texas rap. Like you were saying, a lot of them artists, they did used to sing on the hooks. You talk about Zero, you talk about Chalie Boy.
Yep.
All of them. One thing I do like about it is we don't usually see like the woman's perspective with that sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's cool, you got a chick that's doing that same thing but with her own twist on it. And I love that.
Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah.
So kind of switching gears a little bit, right? So I know we talked off air. You're also a mother, right?
I am.
So you're balancing motherhood and your career. How has being a mom shaped, the way you create and kind of like the way you perform too?
I just have to be really like aware of what I'm doing because I am somebody mama. I can't just be out here doing anything, wearing anything, saying anything, you know what I mean? And so I feel like it's definitely helped me in that way. Like just become better, like all the way around. And my baby is, I always say she my biggest supporter and she my biggest hater too.
Okay.
But yeah, because she'll go to the school real quick and be like, she putting her teachers on. Like everybody in the school know 35, but
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, you just being aware, just being aware.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, has she like influenced your music? Like, have you ever like ran a track by and she was like, mama, I don't know about this, or this is, or this is fire, or whatever the kids be saying. Like, has she ever done that before? Right. Yeah. All that. Like, has she done that before?
Yeah. She likes all my music, but she be tired of me playing it over and over again. Yeah. I'm like, you like this? She's like, yeah. I wish you played something else. But yeah.
So I know you've won multiple awards in the past. Best R&B awards, best band awards, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's next for Gio in the future? Like, what kind of milestones are you chasing now? Are we looking like additional awards, or I know you signed to a label? Are we looking for like maybe tours or something like that? What does that look like?
I absolutely look. If I win an award, I win an award. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm here for all of the awards. But I definitely want to tour. I
Okay.
absolutely want to tour because I'm like, I've like at some point in time, I feel like I've hit a ceiling. Like especially like in Killeen, it's like I feel like you can only go so far in Killeen.
Yeah.
You can only accomplish so much in Killeen. And so it's on to the next city, Austin. I feel like I've done a lot of things out here. And so it's like, okay, what's next? What's next for Geo? And I feel like a tour would really like help me like broaden my my fan base and, just get me out there a little more
Right,
and
yeah.
give me more opportunity.
Okay. I was gonna say if you could design like your dream collaboration, right? Like who would be on that record with you? I already know you got, Texas legend Chalie Boy locked in.
Yeah.
But, who would that dream collaboration be?
Just one person?
Just one person.
Artist or
Anybody.
producer?
Either one, either or.
I can't pick one each.
If
One producer,
that'll get you to your answer,
one producer,
yeah.
Okay, so Alex Isley, I would love to work with her.
Okay.
She's amazing. Producer, I would love to work with Troy Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he produced a lot of those 90s them 90s sounds and worked with a lot of those 90s artists back in the day. And he's still working to this day and he's super dope. He reminds me a lot of E-Ron, my producer now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would love to work with them.
I like that. Okay, so we gonna kind of switch gears a little bit. I know we did the Q&A, but next we're gonna go to the we're gonna hit you with a rapid fire this or that segment, right? So this
Ooh.
is this or
Fun.
that, and you also got to tell us why you gave us the answer that you gave.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's get to it. Okay, question number 1. 90s R&B or 2000s neo soul?
90s R&B.
Okay, and why?
Cause I just grew up listening to it, and I didn't know a lot of neo. I don't know a lot of neo soul, so I'm gonna just go with what's comfortable.
I got you.
Yeah.
Like neo soul reminds me of like the color brown, right?
Okay.
Everybody had on brown.
Yeah.
A lot of brown and a lot of leather.
Facts.
I remember seeing that back in the day. Okay, question number 2. With your process, right? Do you like writing alone at night or kind of like vibing in the studio with like, other people there?
Vibing in the studio for sure because I have to. Well, I would say vibing in the studio, yeah, because when I'm at home, I don't get a whole lot done.
Okay.
And being in the studio, it kind of like I have to have a beat. I have to have a beat to write. So yeah, just being in the studio is a better vibe for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So next question, we got whistle runs or vocal riffs?
Ooh, whistle runs.
Okay, there we go.
Whistle runs.
I heard you earlier before we got started. Them whistle runs is loud. They fire. I can't front.
Thank you.
Let's see. Next one, we got performing live or recording in the booth.
They're both so good. I'm gonna say recording.
Okay.
Recording. I started off recording a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did a lot of recording in the studio before I hit the stage.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. See, next question, we got Hometown Love in Killeen or New Energy in Austin?
New energy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Next one, we got Remedy vibes or both sides energy?
Like today or like?
Yeah, today.
Ooh. Both sides.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Both sides.
Okay.
Both sides.
Let's see.
One
next
and one.
Right. Next one, we got stage spotlight or behind the scenes creative control?
Both. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay,
Right,
but I gotta
yeah.
pick. Behind the scenes.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Next one, we got smooth ballad or up-tempo banger?
Up tempo banger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm surprised. I thought it would be the opposite. I know
Really?
we talked about the Texas kind of sound. I figured it'd be a slowed down a little bit.
Well, if you said ballad,
You're not really a
I'm
ballad.
not a ballad girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that. I got you. Let's see. Let's go old school soul sample or original instrumentation?
Original.
Okay.
Original for
I love
sure.
it. Get that live band.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Let's see. Sunset Drive down I-35 or a late night rooftop in Austin?
Wait. You said Sunset Drive?
Yeah, Sunset Drive down 35 or a late night rooftop in Austin.
I'm not gonna be up either way.
I mean, hey, once you hit them 30s,
Maybe a
I
sunrise.
go right.
We can do a sunrise drive on 35.
There we go.
But at night, baby, it's
In
past
the
my bedtime right
bed,
now.
Yeah,
Baby, I'm
be
asleep.
in the bed, rubbing my feet together like a cricket, for real. You know. Okay, all right. So that's it for the rapid fire, right?
Okay,
So we're gonna
that
hit you
was fun.
with the before we wrap up, we're gonna hit you with the final question of the night, right? And we actually talked about this off air.
Okay.
We hit everybody that comes on the show with the same question.
Okay.
Right. So now that you've been on the show, you got a chance to have good conversation, good vibes, all that. Who do you think would be a good guest for the podcast? But before you answer, it has to be somebody in your phone, in your contacts. They'd be like, hey, I had a ball on the show. Y'all need to pull up. Who would that person or people be?
I would say singer, songwriter, saxophonist. What else does he do?
Damn, this one person? God,
Yeah,
okay.
this is one person. Chris Teague, my
Okay.
brother Chris Teague. Ooh,
Gotcha. Okay.
yes, he's
Okay.
amazing. He's an R&B
Shout out Chris
singer.
Teague.
He be playing that saxophone. You know what I'm saying? Get them ladies out they draws.
Hey, there we go.
But yeah, Chris Teague for sure.
Okay, I'll say Chris Teague. Y'all, you heard it first. Chris Teague, we got to lock in. Let's lock that in.
Lock in.
Okay. Before we wrap up, let's plug your social media handles. Where can everybody find you? And where can everybody find Remedy?
Okay, so you can find me everywhere on all socials, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Bigo, OnlyFans. No, I'm playing. No OnlyFans.
Okay.
No OnlyFans, but Triple OG.
Okay.
Triple OHJEE everywhere. And then you can find Remedy everywhere you listen to music. Whether it's Tidal, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, YouTube Music, wherever you listen to your music, you can find Remedy without the E's.
There we go.
Go
There we
get
go.
that.
All right, man. Well, that wraps up this edition of the 2 Hour Lunch Break Podcast. Once again, shout out to the homie Gio for taking the time out to kick it with us.
Yes.
Shout out to our production behind the boards. You can find them on Instagram at Cafe Yodo. New episodes of the 2 Hour Lunch Break are streaming on all DSPs every Thursday, and you can find us on Instagram and X at 2HLB Pod. Thank you for tuning in. We out. Hey.
And it's coming home to Texas. It's coming home all the way to Austin, Texas, baby.